Okay, y'all, so now I wanted to talk to you about the fallen angel society in these end times. And what do I mean, fallen angel society? I guess nobody really talks about that here, because then it would expose what this whole thing is about. So I wanted to talk about this fallen angel society, the incoming one world religion, and what it all means to you, humanity. Because this message is specifically for y'all, to wake y'all up into the state of who you are. This is why I'm always saying, remember who you are. Okay? Because you are going to rule over these fallen angels. You heard what I said? And that is backed up by canonical text. That is backed up by apocalyptic text. And that's also backed up in reality. And you know, as I always do, I'm going to bridge the spiritual into reality and let you know what's going on here with these fallen angels in these end times. You know, these angels who lost their wings trying to pose as the good guy. Well, let's get into these fallen angels here are powered by the God of this world. And the God of this world is powered by, let's get it, technology. Okay? So what these fallen angels have done, you have to remember the state of the fallen angels. And the fallen angels were in heaven. They knew the ways of God. They knew the will of God. And they had all of that knowledge, yet they fell. Which is why in book of Enoch, they are condemned. There is no forgiveness for them. There's nothing. They're going to burn. And because they know that, they have taken advantage of you, humanity. And where you think that the fallen angels are helping you, they are in fact not. Because by truly helping you, that would just only bring you to the state of ruling over them, which is what they don't want. And they are the ones, this fallen angel society, that promotes elitism. See, I know as humanity, you're going to look at me like, what are you talking about, fallen angels and blah, blah, blah. But I have to tell you this. You got to really think in reality. Look at reality and reflect it, right? Understand it. Think about back in the days when those angels went in onto the women. I want you to think about something you would do. If someone came to you with wings and oddly colored skin and looking like something else, you would say, get away from me, demon. You would not let these beings sleep with you. And that's what it is. See, the fallen angels camouflage with us because they look like humans. Well, they technically are because they fell. They don't have their wings anymore. Sorry, fallen angel. Reality check. But they're able to camouflage, which is why the canonical text talks about the threshing floor and the separating of the wheats and the tares, the separating of the hybrids, not only the hybrids, but the fallen angels from the beings humans, from the seed of Eve. Let me bridge this to reality really quick here. If you haven't recognized in this stage right now that we're in a world stage, well, let me break it down for you. This world stage is divided. Truly, they all work in conjunction in keeping humanity ignorant of who they truly are outside of this fleshly, decaying, decomposing body. You didn't hear what I said. See, these fallen angels here, as I said before, they were in heaven. They knew what it was like. They knew the will of God, and they still went away from that. And because they did that, they were condemned. But the thing they didn't tell you about humanity, your state, is that when you graduate forth of this body is when you will rule over them. These fallen angels who has all these knowledges and secrets of heaven have used it to empower themselves as kings and gods here over humanity. And how they have done that is giving us things such as like makeup, guns, medals, all these stuff that you think are helping you, but only add to the defilement of you. Now, why would these fallen angels want to do that here? Because by you being here, you maintain their realities in which they think that they're gods. You know, the same thing that they disrespected God to become is gods. So again, they were given the task to watch over humanity. And what did they do? They went in onto the women. They gave them things that caused their demise. And where the humans, the ignorant humans, thought they were only defiling them. It's like, for example, you have a babysitter and the kids, you find out, the babysitter raped the kids. The babysitter gave them all these things that made them immoral and running around and muck, and they're dirty and they're filthy and all of these things. You don't go to the kid and say, bad kid. You go to the babysitter and say, what were you doing? And that's the thing of the fallen angels. They resent humanity, which is where elitism comes. They feel that they are better, even though they have fell, they lost their wings, and they are in the same likened state as you. These elites, they're so trash. But either way, the fallen angel society are the elites of society. And as they are the elites, I know we focus on the demons and the devils, and that is what this filtered truth is, because they need you to they need to police humanity and make you feel like you're just below them. But here's the thing, the fallen angel society is in fact religious. And as I say that, this is shown in Apocalypse of Abraham, where Azazel, which is a fallen angel mentioned in the book of Enoch, Satan essentially was trying to get Abraham to fall, not to recognize that he had an inheritance in heaven. And that is what these fallen angels have done here. They have kept humanity encased, enclosed in these prison bodies and made you fear death, when death is what really brings forth your true inheritance, your soul. And when you are in the soul, you rule over them. This is why they must have you consumed with this body, with these fake goals, with these fake dreams, and chasing this dream and these goals of a society that's all gonna get destroyed when the Son of Man comes back. Do you know what the Son of Man means? That word, it means it comes from humans. You know, the same things they think are below them. These fallen angels are about to get whipped. We will go above the heavens as Christ did, as humans. You know why? Although ignorance is something that causes many of us to fall, it is our saving grace as well. It's the fact that we didn't know about the heavens. We didn't know about the experience of God. And, you know, we had to kind of seek that out. And in a way, it actually makes us better than them, because it keeps us pure and innocent, while these fallen angels who knew it all didn't do the right thing. And that's why they will be ruled over by the humans that they say is dirty and disgusting, while they ritually sacrifice and kill kids in the background. But let me go back into further of this fallen angels and the one world religion that is incoming. So these preachers and pastors have all been preaching a Christ that is not the true Christ. That is not the one that is coming in the second coming, you know, where everybody knows the day of the Lord. That is not the Christ that they are preaching. They are preaching the Antichrist that they're about to usher in, powered by their technology. And it will go about in ways of different nations. And as in Micah, the daughter of Zion will break the nations into pieces when she is with the true Lord. You know, the real Christ. But as I say that, humanity, as I told you, the fallen angels have the knowledge of heaven's meaning. They have the knowledge that they can use to empower themselves and have you stuck in ignorance, keeping you operative within their system and never making you realize that you are in fact a soul, which is why many of them have removed Gnostic text and deemed it as false. But truth should always be your measuring scale. And when you use that measuring scale, you will realize it's not false. And the nations are the fallen angel society and their one world religion. So the thing about religions here, they have elite leaders who conspire and who, with the help of the United Nations, will usher in the one world government and the one world religion, you know, as a catastrophic apocalyptic event is going to take place soon. And what they're doing is that they're going to use that one world religion in order to keep you guys here. Because as humans, as ignorant humans who have no idea that going forth of the body is what actually saves your soul through the belief of the true Christ, they will keep you here building their kingdoms. How are you building a kingdom with no king here? Oh yeah, you think your fake kings is what is sufficient? Powered by technology? Yeah. So why do I mention the one world religions and the elitism and the fallen angel society? Okay. So the one world religions, as you can see, they're giving you little specks of what you can expect. You've seen posts of like Chrislam, all of a sudden Muslim people converting to Jesus, Satanists converting to Jesus, and Jesus is the fake Antichrist they're going to usher in these end times. These fallen angels who have all this knowledge that you think is helping you, but it is your demise. This is seen in reality. Let's bridge it. Makeup causes cancer. These weapons cause you to kill each other. These things that they have given you has all kept you defiled and not making you remember who you are, soul. The same man that they look down on, that's going to rule over them. These angels who think they're so helpful to us by keeping us in this diseased, decaying, dying body. And I would like you to tell me where I lie. See, these fallen angels are very aware of your body and the makeup of your body and how to utilize their technologies and their sciences to make you feel like they're doing you a favor by keeping you within this body and fearing the death that we're all gonna have, that we're all guaranteed to go forth to Christ, the Son of Man. Okay, so while they have done that, while they have this knowledge, I want you to look at who's the top richest people in this world, and then the 13 families, and how this all connects back to the fallen angels and descendants of the fallen angels who are here to police humanity. I mean, there are posts in 2030, they plan on having humans wearing uniform. If you keep on holding on to this society, this is society that keeps you in prison, that keeps you in a state where you're not truly in the state that you're supposed to be in, then you'll keep getting whipped by these fallen angels. Let me give you this example. A king walks into an arena. If there are no people that are subjugated to him, he is no longer a king. There's no applause. There's no means to understand because there's nobody there to praise him. This is the God of this world. These are the powers that be of this world, the fallen angels and the demons. If they don't have the humans to use as footstools, to use as things that prop them up in their false means of being God, then it no longer exists. This is why you see people like Kim Jong-un making a law for people to not commit suicide. It's not because he cares about the livelihood of them. Obviously, they're policing them so much that these people want to escape. It's means of keeping you here so that they can continue to feel like kings and gods. And that is the simplicity of Christ. The simplicity of Christ is literally in the name, Son of Man. The reason why God gave Christ the ability to rule is not only was he unblemished, not only was he the perfect man, but he was the Son of Man. He came from humans. He came in the human state and lived in a likened state to understand you. Remember his nature, giving, loving, kind to others and humans, no matter who. He could be around people that were lowly, homeless, nothing. Because he came from us. These fallen angels, these Pharisees, these Jews, these people here who are religious, even in the canonical text, the blind man told about how Christ healed him. And then the Pharisee is like, you were born in sin. Because they want to keep you in the cycle of sin. They want to keep you in the cycles of this human flesh that is dying and decaying every minute that we breathe. Because it's the only means of their power, keeping you in ignorance and never realizing that you are the soul. Remember who you are, humanity. This fallen angel society wants to make you believe that it's going to be all good here, that they're creating this kingdom of heaven with all you chosen ones. You're only chosen to die because they consider people like me and other light beings who speak truth about them as lost souls. And truly, we are lost to the ways of this world, in which our King, our true King, the Almighty, the Lord, Yeshua HaMashiach, Christ, however you want to call him, because he'll come back with a name no one knows, is going to retrieve us. And we're sure of it. And they see us as lost souls. But for humans, they're going to give you a chosen one. And the reason why they're giving you these roles is false pride. See, the root of all evil is not money. Money is paper, it's dead. But pride within the living causes adultery of the spirit. And they exploit that because they are from these fallen angels who parade around as if they're so good and how bad humans are. But in the shadow societies, they're the ones that are doing these killings and slayings to children, these ritual sacrifices of children. And this is spoken about in the Gospel of Judas. Oh, you guys don't want me to talk about it? That's false. How could it be false when I've noticed truth through it in my real life experience? See, in the Gospel of Judas, it talks about the 12 disciples. And in fact, they are the ones praising Christ in falsehood, in means of sacrificing kids, doing gay acts with each other in the background. And tell me that's not happening here with religious people who are AKA fallen angels, who think they're all so almighty. They think they're holier than thou. Yet they're guaranteed death in the apocalypse of Paul. That torch is delicious to me. In fact, the clergymen, it's talked about in Apocalypse of Paul. I guess they feel like if you guys don't read it, it's not going to be real. But it's going to be real. And I'm going to enjoy it. As I said before, these fallen angels have reached out to me. They really tried to get me on their side. The demons did too. I want none of them. I am going to be a chaste virgin. And you got to look up the archaic definitions to even understand truly the words in the Bible. It means free of man, not beholden to anything. I'm not beholden to any of these religions. And that includes Hebrew Israelites as well, because I've seen the things they do too. And I'm going to be talking about it. I'm actually going to give you guys a warning soon. But either way, and that's the fallen angel society here. They are only working here to keep humanity in ignorance so that when you go forth of the body, when you die, they can continue to harvest and recycle your souls, because that's how the light stays on here. Because when the lights are gone from this world, what happens in darkness with a whole bunch of people not knowing where they're going? They fight each other. And that's talked about in the canonical text. Mother and daughter will fight each other. Brother will go against father. All of these things are going to happen. And you are going to see times never seen before when the lights are retrieved from this world and the great tribulation does and happen. Okay? So this is what's going to happen here. People are going to start fighting each other. All of these things, and the apocalypse that they tell you is so scary, and they have all their movies talking about all these earth agents and these warriors of man fighting against the apocalypse. The apocalypse is the coming of Christ. And these fallen angels try to make me feel bad for talking about the apocalypse and you guys agreeing with me. Because anybody who is against the apocalypse doesn't want the second coming of Christ. Because it means time's up. Remember, the watchmen are the ones who quiver and quake. Who are the watchmen? It's the fallen angels. The people that are parading around is the good guys. The religions that they all had people divided in, and now they're going to use one world religion to govern everybody in a whip kind of situation. And that's it. That's the story. The fallen angels are your demise. There is no fallen angel here that is good if they keep you in the prison of your body, because it keeps you in a lesser state than ruling over them. And that's the gist of it, okay? I'm going to do another video responding to a fallen angel advocate. So as I say all of that, please, if you have any questions, DM me. If you want to reprove, please do. I am not arrogant. I am wisdom, truly, because that's how I've gotten this knowledge. And also, this knowledge is not necessarily from me. It's literally the glory of God working through me, able to relay these messages in a coherent way. And of a something mind. They will try to paint me as crazy, like, oh, what are you talking about? But you could look at reality and see what's going on. These elitists, why do they think they could do this to human beings? I mean, playing Squid Games with children, like Laura Silsby, who took 33 Haitian children off of the border to go play Squid Games. The same people attached to Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, all of these people are in cahoots. They only have this facade of being against each other to convince you humans to continue to keep you divided and in ignorance. That's all it is. Even the video of John Podesta. See, people just see the abuse. They don't see why the abuse. See, I'm all about the whys. I'm that annoying kid. But why? But why? And in the example I'm going to put forth, it's a little bit hard to watch, but if you're willing to, I'll put it in. The guy is saying, call me father, call me dad, to the little child. And the reason why they're doing is they have an extreme God complex, these fallen angels. They desire God so much, which is why they try to take it out of the innocent to grab that light. but it goes away so quickly because they're of darkness. They're dark matter.
What's my name? What's my name? My other name. What do you call me? I am your father.
Right? That's why the term dark matter is known and popularized. All of these things are not for any reason. Everything has purpose here, whether it's to further the false kingdom or to further the true kingdom. So yeah, that's basically the gist. I'm gonna do more videos. If you like it, let me know. I know many of you are not gonna watch this video all the way to the end, but if you do, I appreciate it. I appreciate it if you share it. You know, truth is very silenced here. I mean, true truth is very silenced here. And they don't like it, especially these religious people who think they're doing it of God. Oh, I'm gonna be a witch soon. I'm a witch. That's what they're gonna say about me. And I guess I've always had an evil laugh. So, yeah, they could send their best, but I'm here to tell you about the true God and the true Christ and what it all really means for you, humanity, because they don't want you to get your true inheritance. They want you defiled in violence in these end times so that you don't get to ascend and that you continue to stay here in their punishment. They love it. They love you being here because you remind them, you fall into their falsehoods of being God. So what happened with this filtering of truth, all this knowledge of Jeffrey Epstein and all these people, these are filtered truths. They're not the full truth, because the full truth would tell you about the fallen angel society and the incoming one world religion and all this garbage about fighting over human bodies when truly all of this is going to be destroyed in the second coming. But either way, I digress. What happened is it separated certain kinds of beings. See, me, I'm from the celestial, and as being of going to the celestial, I'm able to discern all of it, meaning knowing about the Father and the Son, knowing about the fallen angels and the demons, and how they all work in ways to keep us binded to this human prison flesh that all dies. Every animal kind, every baby, every person will die unless they're risen up by God himself. So that time period has separated people, and chosen ones are people that are chosen to die in these end times.